What's the crack? What's the bleeding story? Hope yous are all well. It's bleeding freezing in Dublin, hence the scarf. I'm only messing it. It is cold, but I'm not that cold. Anyway, let's get into it. Please do hit the old like button, and if you're new around here, please do sub to the channel. Really appreciate it. Thanks a million for everyone all liking and dropping comments in and stuff like that. Really do appreciate it. You know, thanks a million. Anyway, let's get on with it. The news today: Arsenal being linked with a superstar, a Brazilian superstar, a Brazilian Barcelona player superstar, in the name of Rafinha. Yes, it is the Rafinha that was at Leeds United that Arsenal were interested in. We weren't interested in him before he went to Barca. He chose Barca. I can't blame him at the time of that, you know, but Arsenal are back in for him, and they're not messing around. They think there is an option that we could get him. That's why there's no joking around here. And fair play. It's about time we start acting big, acting the big club that we are. You know what I mean? If you're, is this the biggest league in the world? The English Premier League? Do you want to go to one of the teams that are challenging for that league? You know, it's a good sell. It's an easy sell. Anyway, Rafinha, 75 million sterling, 90 million euro has been rumoured that Arsenal are looking at. His stats are actually good this season. He has 12 goals, 8 assists in 17 games. I've written down here. So yeah, 12 goals, 8 assists, 17 games. That's not bad. I'm interested in that now. You know what I mean? There has been a goal contribution in basically nearly all his games, if you know what I mean. So yeah, look, I don't think it'll happen in January. A deal like that, they're always the summertime, so I wouldn't be like, you know, holding on to, are we going to get him in January? I don't think that's possible, especially with Edu going, and I think Edu could have had his fingers in the pie there with that one. Anyway, another one, and this is a big one for me because it's one of my favourite players at Arsenal, and it's Big Willie Saliba, Billy, whatever you want to call him. Real Madrid, Arsenal acting big again. Apparently Arsenal told them to go and sit in that. You know what I mean? There's not a chance he's are getting them. That's what I've been told. Now, it's Real Madrid, different story. Real Madrid, usually if they want a player, they will get him. And hopefully, I'm hoping that it doesn't. But personally, I think if Arsenal don't win the major honour, and I'm talking league, Champions League this season, I think Saliba could try and push for that. But apparently, as I'm talking to you guys now, Arsenal have told Real absolutely no chance. Now, I think Arsenal themselves probably know if Saliba doesn't win a major trophy, he will push, but they're going to try and get the biggest bang for their buck in this transfer, which rightly so, because for me, I think he's going to be one of the best players in centre half for the next 10 years easy, you know. But let's hope Arsenal can hold on to him for as long as possible. Now, the reading on this video was, I haven't made my mind up yet, but it's about this guy. It's about the owner of the club, Big Stan, Silent Stan. He has weighed his muscle in to the controversial disagreement with Ödeagard and Jesus. Yes, and I have quotes here actually from what he says, and I'll read them out. Stan, his response is, he's deeply troubled what has happened. Every player should embody the values of the club, and disrespect towards players, especially our captain, cannot be tolerated. We expect our players to be upholding the highest standards on and off the pitch. What do you guys think of that? Throw it into the comments. He's fully backing Ödeagard on this one. And maybe there was a bit of truth in the whole, like, you know, putting pressure on him, on Jesus to leave the club. But since my video since yesterday, and thanks to everyone who tuned in and liked and commented, really respect out there. But apparently it was over tactics, and Jesus and Ödeagard, obviously we know they got into a bit of confrontation, and you know, the rest, as they say, is history, and this is what we're talking about now. You know, is there trouble? Is there much trouble in the Arsenal camp? It is worrying. It really is worrying, because you're coming into the run now up to Christmas. A lot of games are going to be played between now and then, now in January. We've injuries, we have suspensions, we have players not talking to each other now, we have sporting directors leaving. There is a bit of a mini crisis. I don't care what anyone says, as in, you know, if you're the full hold on Arsenal are, like, you know, everything, and no, they can't be wrong and stuff like this, but there is a bit of a crisis at the club. Let's hope that they get the shit sorted out as soon as possible, because if they don't, we could be struggling to make a top 4 this season, you know. Let's hope this just gets sorted out fairly quick. Arteta will probably be, usually Thursday, he'll be doing the press conference. He will be grilled on this as well, and it's going to be interesting to see, and I will be doing a video for the press conference as well, so please hit your notification bell as well. As it says, hit the like and subscribe. Anyway, my fourth bit of news today is our other Brazilian, the Brazilian who was going to replace Saka. If Saka was injured or suspended or anything like that, this guy was going to come in. He was free, but we decided to give €3 million for him. Why, I don't know. Well, I do know. I think it was a bit of a fiddle on Edu's half. Anyway, it's Marquinhos. He was out on loan. He's been out on loan to Norwich, Nantes. He's been out on loan to Fluminense in Brazil. I've butchered that name, but I'm sure you get what I'm talking about. When he was at Norwich, he had 11 appearances. He had 1 goal. Norwich didn't fancy that, and I think that actually loan spell ended early enough. He went to Nantes, 7 appearances, 0 goals. You know, yeah, I actually thought, I didn't think he was going to be a world superstar or anything like that. I thought he was going to be a decent player. When he was at the Europa League, I think it was against FC Zurich, when he scored that goal, remember he started crying and stuff like that, and also then he had an assist in that game. He actually played really well, and I was there, oh lovely, maybe we have a little bit of a baller on here. It hasn't worked out so far. Martin Keown, one of the super gunners, he says, oh my god, it was just like watching Saka, and that's what he said that game. You know what I mean? Relax, Martin, will you? And yeah, just back to his loans. Fluminense, 28 appearances, 2 goals. They have an option to buy for 10 million. So, okay, good bit of business. We bought him for 3, you're selling him for 10, 7 million profit. Would have taken care of a bit of his wages and all sort of stuff like that. But Fluminense just says, nah, we're not interested. So that's gone down the toilet. So looks like we'll be getting him back. I think, I'm not sure if he's still there, but he is coming back, or he will be back in around the January time. Will Arsenal get to loan him out again? I'm not sure. You know, it's a tough one. Maybe he might have to go somewhere in the continent, and hopefully he kicks on from there, but it's not looking good for the poor chap. And I do like him. I felt sorry from that time when he started crying, and you know, it obviously means something to him to score a goal for Arsenal, and you know, hey ho. Anyway, please do hit the like on your way out, hit the sub button. Before you go, I'm doing a live stream tonight, myself and Kyle Walsh. We're going to be talking about all this news that's happening around the club. Please come in, drop a few comments in the chat, have a few questions, throw them to me and Kyle. Definitely we'll give it a go. We'll have a bit of crack and go from there. Until then, take care, God bless, take care.